Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, now streaming only on Netflix.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debby. Okay. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debby, and today we have a very special guest here in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Gabe GarMelo. I'm the executive director of GTG Outdoors.
Ooh, perfect. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. We're so glad to have you. So one of the first questions I love to ask all our guests on the show is, what brought you to Waco, or are you a Waco native?
Yeah, so probably like a lot of people, I came here for undergrad, Baylor.
That we snared you in?
Yeah, I was actually, I was at Baylor for 8 years.
Wow.
Getting 2 bachelors and 2,
Wow.
I say 1 master's and then another certification after that. So all of that, I was at Baylor for a really long time, fell in love with Waco and decided to stay.
Yes, well, we're so glad you're here. And like I said, Ellie Serwin, she had lots of praise to give towards you about everything you did with the Baylor Outdoors program. She was a leader this year and got to go on like a 3-week hike, which is like super cool. Yeah. But tell me, what do you guys do? What is GTG Outdoors?
Yeah, so GTG Outdoors, its mission is to get underrepresented populations outdoors into nature. And then the vision is that all people are able to experience and benefit from nature. So we do after school programs, we do weekend camping trips, day trips, we have summer camp, and even, backpacking trips where we go to different national parks or different locations, around the U.S. where we can experience these really vast, nature experiences.
Yeah, I saw that you guys are doing Grand Canyon.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
So that will be a Saturday to Saturday trip where we'll spend 5 of those days in the canyon itself. So a lot of people will just see the top. So the Grand Canyon is one of the most visited national parks, but I think the statistic is like less than like 2 or 1% go to the bottom.
Wow.
Right, because there's millions of people that will go and see the top view, but not as many, go to make it all the way to the bottom. It is a pretty tough hike down and back up, especially. But I mean, every group I've taken, I've done 5 groups in the past about 3 years. They've loved it. It has amazing scenery, and it's just it's amazing changing that much elevation and going into a canyon. And I tell people it's like an inverse mountain. People think, going up a mountain, you're going into colder weather, more barren. But in the canyon, it's the opposite. It's cold at the top, and you hike into the warmer, nicer weather.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
That. Well, that's so exciting. And we're here today to talk about your gala happening next week. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so this is our 2nd year of the Under the Stars Gala. So it is our annual fundraiser and yearly just impact report. This year I'm really excited because it's our 2nd year doing it. We're able to secure some speakers to talk about other things that are going on around Texas and around the U.S. To get people outdoors. So I'm part of the Wilderness Education Association as a board member, as well as the co-chair for the Texas Children Nature Network. And we're having representatives from them come, as well as a past Texas Parks and Wildlife staff member, and then one of our student workers is going to be there and telling people about his experience these past few months.
I love that. That's absolutely fantastic. And this is a fundraising event. There's going to be tickets. How can people find out more about it?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, so gtgoutdoors.org, and you'll see it on one of the top tabs Under the Stars Gala. And tickets are $50. And I tell people it's at the Baylor Club, so it's pretty snazzy. And the tickets we hoped aren't a barrier for people. It cost us about $45 per person to
Wow.
host it there, but we wanted more people to see what we're doing,
Yeah.
get invested in the community we're trying to build, and just know that like, hey, we're here. We want to serve you. We want to serve your community. We have our demographics that we are trying to reach out to, right? Those that don't typically find their people in the outdoors, but we don't bar anyone from these experiences. We want everyone to come together, join in as we explore nature and explore the outdoors.
I love that. And again, that just goes back with what your mission is. Why do you think it's important for you guys to be in Waco?
Yeah, so as me and my wife were creating this and thinking, what is the need? Is there a need? There are, I think, plenty of nonprofits that do similar work, but the closest ones are Dallas and Austin. So there was like a void in Waco.
Yeah.
So we had talked about like is it worth it? And I've been doing this for a while, not as GTG, but just on my own, and then a little bit of volunteering, working with Baylor. We had a program for a little bit. And I saw the need, I saw the excitement in the kids, and I was like, okay, I think this is where we need to be.
Yeah.
And I made really great connections. I mean, some of these youth, Xavier, the young man that I will have up at the gala, he has been in our program since 6th grade, and he is just actually graduated early from high school, Waco High, and so he'll tell a little bit about his experience. But I mean, just having that long-term relationship was really important to me versus like picking up and trying to start somewhere new.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing about that. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And now for a word from our sponsors.
Hey, I'm Blair.
And I'm Brittany. And we're the host of
By the Cover Podcast.
We cover everything from mysteries, thrillers, romance, chick lit, and even some smut.
Don't forget the smut.
Yeah.
We're so excited to get this thing going and share this with you guys. We've been talking about this for months, and it's finally happening.
Yes.
Special shout out to Rogue Media for helping us with this.
For sure. You can find us on Instagram at @bythecover_podcast.
You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok, so don't forget to give us a follow on those too also.
And we are so excited to dive into some of our favorite books and share those with you.
We can't wait. Hope you love it.
Hi, this is Sarah,
And I'm Carter.
and this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Hi, and welcome to Bustles and Bangers with your hostess, Rachel and Christopher.
I love it when you say my name.
And you didn't say hi.
I didn't. You just kept going. I'm going to introduce the book. I'm not reading it.
It's
because I don't like reading.
girls like cowboy butts, and those jeans don't hide anything. Find us on Instagram at Bustles and Bangers or on roguemedianetwork.com.
And now back to the episode. And we're back. So we're just talking about why it's so exciting and refreshing to have you guys here in the Waco community. One of the first questions I love to ask when we get back from break is, what is something you would like to see more of in the Waco community?
Yeah, I think that I would love to see gatherings of people at Cameron Park or in our other natural spaces of different demographics. That's really important to me and to GTG, that, we have great outdoor clubs like running clubs and biking clubs, people doing yoga and stuff like that. But I would love to see a lot of people from around the city come together to event and enjoying nature and promoting the outdoors, and knowing that as a city, as a community, like this is a value for everyone, and that it's a public good. Like it's a space that is created equally for anyone and everyone.
I love that. And again, that just goes back to your mission and what you guys are trying to do. What's one of your favorite places? I know you already said Cameron Park, but what's one of your favorite places in this area?
Yeah, so that's a tough one.
You're like, I got a lot.
Yeah, and it also depends of how far. 'Cause,
Ooh.
are we talking about like just outside the city, or like a little further? We have a lot of great state parks
In the 254. I know there's Mother Neff nearby. Have you
Yep.
been to Mother Neff?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we actually have a great partnership with Mother Neff. We do our summer camp where we go out there 3 or 4
wow.
times a year, and we've done lessons out there on animal identification, and helped with their helping pick up the park, and making sure everything's good to go there. So Mother Neff is really nice. It's super accessible for most people. It's about a 30-minute drive for Wacoans, and it's really nice. It's not too big, but it's big enough where you feel like you're really in the middle of it.
Oh, I love that. Is there any other hot spots you're keeping secret from us?
Well, I would say one of my most cherished places that has really been a great partnership is Dayspring Baptist Church. They have a natural area that they have started upkeeping through COVID, where they have actually trails that they maintain, and it actually goes down into a creek area. We've been able to take our youth there, and the surprise on their faces to experience something that's that close to home, but that like magical of like, whoa, like I'm in nature, like I'm away from everything. It's just really cool, and I really appreciate that they've allowed us to use their space.
Yeah. Do they have a frisbee golf a little area too?
Yeah. So
I was gonna say they have like
like
the frisbee golf park, and then they have the little area, the trails.
Yeah. They have like a lot of outdoor space that they really utilize well for their church.
Yeah, my husband and his father, they're frisbee golfers, so they go out and do all the disc throwing and love going out, and sometimes they wind up on some trails and get a little lost, but you know what? That's the fun of it. Well, that's amazing. What is something that you guys are looking forward to in 2024? I know you talk about summer camps. I know you talk about programs. We're in January, so it's now time to think about 2024.
Yeah, I think for us, we are excited about I think we finally hit the point of like, we know what we're going to do for the year, because before this year, this is our 3rd year in operation. It's been a lot of like, okay, we want to do this, and then we want to add this, and like scheduling is like always adding a little bit or changing a little bit. And coming into 2024, I think we have a full calendar set already. So I'm really excited to go on these trips. This year, we are going to start doing a little bit more weekend trips, and those will be either family oriented for families to come out and try camping, or I'm also a certified spiritual director through Truett, and doing spiritual formation and direction weekend retreats in nature and at state parks. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to as well.
Wow, that's going to be amazing. And it sounds like you already have a full year of activities, especially with all these trips. What percentage of your time would you say you spend outside?
Oh yeah, it's quite a bit, and it's funny because even in my personal life, we have a 6-month-old baby, and me and my wife are both outdoorsy. We love just spending time outdoors, but he also loves outdoors. He'll be the crankiest baby, and you'll take him outside 20 minutes. He's so calm and so relaxed. So I was like, you are our child.
Yeah, I love that, and it sounds like you're involved with the community a lot through your church and this group. Is there anybody you would like to shout out that's helped you along this journey?
Yeah, I first I'm just so thankful. At the beginning, we were able to get involved with Mission Waco and be able to serve their youth. They've really opened doors to their community, right, and being able to serve them, and for them to trust us to lead them in different events and their children out into. We've taken them, out to Enchanted Rock, which is pretty far away.
Yep.
So I've been super thankful for them, as well as just the Bear Mountain, our local outdoor shop. They have supported us since the beginning, before anyone else knew about us. They were there. They were cheering for us. So I'm really thankful that they have been there and for us and helping us along the way. And then this year, we were able to secure a 12-passenger van, which is huge for our trips, right? Because we go out to all these different places. So we're able to now provide transportation. And Douglas Subaru was super integral in being able to get that. So we're really excited for that. And it's funny because they've helped us so much. And they didn't even know this at the beginning, but me and my wife both have Subaru Outbacks.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we have a his and hers.
It's the outdoor car. You gotta get it.
Car. So yeah, no, it's been a great journey. I'm just super thankful and grateful that so many people have come to support us. We couldn't do this without them. And whether that's people in the community trusting us with their kids or with their, their safety, right? Or if it's with their finances. It is a community effort. As much as I love this, I know that I can't do this alone.
I love that. And again, it's so important to, get out in our community, not only and do things, but also get outside and enjoy the outdoors. I was telling somebody, I think it was, if you listen to podcasts, I probably say the same 5 things. But I think it's Cameron Park is the second to Central Park in New York, which I was like, oh my gosh, we have this beautiful outdoor space here. How can we utilize it? What can we do for our community? And how can we get involved? And that's where you guys come in.
Yeah. So, I love Cameron Park. We do so much programming out there. I mean, we have about 20 miles of trail out at Cameron Park, which is almost unheard of, especially with the fact that we have a lot of elevation, which sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to go up this hill. But elevation gives a lot of unique perspectives, right, and challenges, and just makes it more fun overall versus just having a flat land. So Cameron Park is super special. I know there's a lot of great communities that are there trying to also, like us, make sure it stays kept up and is good to go. And we're actually in the process of trying to help update the Cameron Park trail maps, because that's been a barrier for people. It's like, oh, 20 miles is a lot.
And then it's like, that's a Black Diamond trail. I'm a little scared of that one.
Yeah, exactly. So if on our website, we do have a more updated trail map for people to use, but we're also trying to get a finalized one with even more new trails that have been put in the recent couple months.
Yeah, that sounds like an absolutely amazing project that you guys are working on, and something that we really need here in Waco. I know you just said it's all on your website. Where can we find more information, find more about you? How can we follow you?
Yeah. So our website is gtgoutdoors.org. And then we have a Facebook and Instagram. So Facebook is GTG Outdoors. We got that one. And then for Instagram, it's GTG_outdoors_Waco.
Perfect. Yeah. And I just slid right in those DMs and you were so responsive. So I always tell people, don't be afraid to slide in the DMs.
Yeah. And if you message us, it will be me or my wife, Megan, responding to you. So you're not going to get someone else. You'll have someone who knows everything about GTG from the inside out. So we love talking with people. And even if it's about trips or anything like that, I mean, I've talked through people about their fears about going, into the wilderness, how to get their kids more involved in the community. And, we try to help out, even if it's not us. We want people to spend time in nature, and we want to give that information out. We're trying not to create any more barriers than there already are.
I love that. If you want, before we go to your soapbox moment, as I call it, do you want to just tell one of your favorite memories or something crazy that happened on one of your trips? I'm sure you have some stories in the archives.
Yes, a lot of crazy ones. And I will say it takes some good thought and forethought to be an outdoor leader when emergencies happen. But I would say those happen. But my favorite are actually moments that I have had on the trail. So I how I kind of started my wilderness journey. Like I've always loved outdoor stuff, but like getting into like, true wilderness and like where there's nothing around you. My first backpacking trip, it was on the Appalachian Trail
Wow.
with a family who was through hiking. I was jumping in with them. I knew them at the time, and I was on the trail for 6 weeks, and that was my first backpacking experience.
I would cry every day.
I tell people the first day we hiked 12 miles. That was the longest I ever hiked. The second day we hiked 15 miles, the longest I'd ever hiked. And then the third day we hiked 18 miles, the longest I'd ever hiked. So it was really feet to the fire. It felt like my feet were on fire for sure. But I loved it. It really did change how I was pursuing life after that. I mean, 6 weeks of that like natural rhythm to your life. You go to bed with the sun, you wake up with the sun. You are hiking sometimes by yourself for long periods of time or with others without distraction. You're just able to, go through your thoughts, have conversations with people that you probably wouldn't have otherwise. It definitely changed the trajectory of, I think, my life and how I want to spend it and what I want to bring to others and why I think it's so beneficial to be out in nature.
I love that. That's just fantastic. And my husband, he was a Boy Scout. He did the full Eagle Scout thing. So he always talks about his first backpacking trip. And I think they probably did only like 12 miles the whole trip. But he's like, it was the worst experience of my life. I think they went to Philmont. I'm not sure. But he was like, it's terrible. So to hear it on the opposite side, and be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It just shows like how like integral it can be to a part of yourself and like really finding yourself out in nature. Who knew? But yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today?
Yeah. I think something that like I just want to emphasize is that we really are here for everyone.
Yeah.
If you're the most experienced outdoor enthusiast, we want you in our programs. If you've never done it before or maybe afraid to do outdoor stuff, whether that's on the water, on land, we want to be there and help you out. And the more people that are doing it and the more people that are involved, you make those connections, and you might be hesitant about it, but you jumping in actually might bring other people who are hesitant along with you, because your family, your friends, they might not know anyone, but they want to do it. But when they see someone else do it that they know, they're like, hey, can I do it with you? So it really is a community effort. I do this. I tell people like the past 3 years, probably 90% of my time I've done this for free.
Wow.
So I'm not trying to take people's money. I'm not trying to necessarily make a money off of this. I think it is super important with our world. It's being so busy, so involved in technology and screen time. Like those things are fine, but you also need the balance of nature and being present and slowing down and just letting your body be in its natural rhythms.
Oh, I love that. And again, that's just so important to hear, and to know that there are opportunities that, are more accessible and are open for everybody in our community to get involved with. Last but not least, again, one more time, how to find you, how can we get tickets for the event next Thursday?
Yeah, so tickets are on our website. You can get them either single or you can buy a reserved table of 10. That'll be up in the front row. And it's just gtgoutdoors.org /Under the Stars Gala. And then, if you want to get involved, message us, email us, you can call us. We do have a number. And so that's on our website too. And you can even text that number. I'll personally be the one that texts you back on that one. So feel free to ask questions. And we really want to be able to get to know more people in the community and expand our reach and know what y'all want. Like, we're not the people, like, I love the outdoors. I don't need you to do the outdoors the same way I do it. I want for you to experience the outdoors in a way that's meaningful and that is fun and exciting for you. So I might be in the backcountry with, nothing but what I need and, trying to rough it. But it doesn't mean that I have to make everyone do that. You can go the full glamping experience.
That's me.
So like we even have like, really, really nice blow up mattresses and nice tents.
Now you're calling my name.
Yeah, we'll cook for you. We'll show you. We'll do everything just so you can have that experience. So that we are there to help everyone, all around the community as much as we can.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for coming on and sharing about your amazing organization and everything you guys are doing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.